Hey guys, this is Roadstead to Homestead, and this is our episode showing you how to play the game of Settlers of Catan. This is one of my favorite games. It's a really easy game to play. It's fun to play with kids, and basically you take on the role of a settler, stretching out into new territory and expanding your settlement out, building roads, building towns, and cities. This game's a lot of fun. It's a game where you're collecting resources, wood, stone, clay, things of that nature, and you trade with other players to get things that you need to build your settlements, and they trade back with you, and so on and so forth. So this game is a whole lot of fun for homeschoolers, especially because this is all about homeschooling through board games. This game fits perfectly if you're teaching about the American expansion into the West. So you could use this game to reinforce that idea of expansion and settlement. Or when you're talking about the settlers who came here from England, this is an excellent game to play. And there's expansions for this game that add actual ships and other mechanics. But we're going to play just the base version in this episode.
I lost the last game, which was the game of Splendor. And now, since I lost, I get to tell you guys about the next game, which I got to choose because the loser chooses in this household. And that is the Settlers of Catan. And I already gave you a brief description, so let's open up the box and I'll show you what's inside. So this is your rule book, and it's quite long, but you know what? I'm going to teach you how to play, so we don't need that. Here's all of your components. You've got these building cards, and you'll choose one of a particular color, and I think for this game, we're going to choose red and orange, so you guys will be able to see that easily. This is your border section to the game, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. Here are your land sections, and these are what allow you to get different types of resources. So you've got all different varieties, and we'll talk about those. You have your tokens, and inside here you have houses, roads, and cities. And so you've got one for each color. And then you've got a deck of cards. These are your resource cards, and that's going to be wood, clay, wheat, bricks, things of that nature. We'll talk more about those in a moment. You also have your development cards, which have this back here, and these do different things. So, for example, this one's called the Year of Plenty, and this card would allow you to take 2 resources of any type. You have night cards, which allow you to do various things, and we'll talk about them as the game progresses. I don't want to go through every little bit as we play. You get 2 die. There's a robber token. There is a robber in this game, and I'll talk a little bit about how we do with the robber. We do a little different in our household. All right, so first of all, let me show you how to set up the board. So the first thing that you want to do is take these border pieces, and some people like to do it a specific way. I just put them together to make the border for the board. So I don't worry about, there's numbers on the corners here to tell you which sides line up. And I just do it randomly every time I play, and I kind of like to do that. I like the more randomness. So let's go ahead and put that together. And this is just like a puzzle. It's real easy to do. And now that we have this together, we're going to build the land or the island of Catan, and then we'll go ahead and settle that island. So what you do is you take your land tiles, and you're going to shuffle these up. You want to get a good mixture because you don't want too many resources of the same type. So as a general rule, when I'm playing with children, I try to set the board up so that I don't have resources of a similar type touching too often. And I'll show you what I mean by that. We'll set this game up that way just because it does make it play faster. However, with adults, I'll just shuffle it and start stacking out the tiles, and we'll play however it lands. So what you do is you're going to start by placing the tiles, and I like to start in a corner and just kind of work around in a circle. I'm not sure if the board game actually, the rules give you a different way of doing it, but this is how I like to do it. And as you can see, they kind of fit in. Now, this is an example. I have 2 fields touching, so now what I would do is just bump it over one and throw something else in there. And like I said, I don't do that when I'm playing with adults, but with kids I do because it makes the game easier to play, and it makes it faster too. So we're going to bump that one over. This is the desert tile. That's the place the robber comes from. All right, now it's going to get a little bit harder to keep tiles from touching one another as we go around the board. but I'm going to work to try to make that happen. So let's put this over here. See, here I don't have a choice. I'm going to have a forest touching a forest no matter where it goes. That's okay. And here is our last tile. And I'm actually going to probably switch these two. And this is how I would set up, once again, for the kids. Okay, so now that we've got the board set, the rest of the game up, which is simply going to consist of organizing the bank of resources. So you're going to have a bank of resources. We'll have wood, wheat, bricks, lambs, stone. There's a blank card in there. And you just put those around the edges of the board. And the last thing to do is to shuffle your development cards and set those off to the side. Okay, so the last thing that you want to do is take out your numbers. And there's a bunch of these in your box. And what these are your resource numbers, and I'll explain more about them as we play the game. So we'll teach you through playing instead of having a description in the beginning. So we're doing this one a little different than we did the other. So now I have all of these things, and I like to randomly put these out, just like this. And we're kind of going to mix the adult version and kid version of the game. So during the adult version of the game, these are all invisible until the last possible moment. Okay guys, so now we're going to flip these numbers over. And like I said, if I'm playing with kids, I don't want the red numbers to be sharing the same type of resource. And the reason that is because the red numbers are rolled on a die more often. So we don't want these two guys on the same place. So if I was playing with kids, I'd bump this over like that. But since this is an adult game, I'm going to leave it as is. This is where your robber goes here in the desert. And we have a house rule about the robber. Basically, the robber steals any 2 resources you want from the bank. That's it. That's all you get when you roll a robber. So you don't steal from other players. We do that because we play with the kids and it makes things more fun. You don't have situations where people... me and my wife will come together and we'll show you guys how to play. We'll take okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to each roll a die to see who gets to go first. Great. I rolled a 1.
4.
Of course I rolled a 1. That's an ominous sign. Her first settlement, and I'll let her tell you a little bit about what that means.
Alright. I'm going to choose this settlement right here, mainly because these are all red, which means that here is where I'll most likely get the most resources. I'll get either an 8, I'll get a lamb and a stone, and here if a 6 is rolled, I'll get another stone. So usually I prefer to have something more like the wood or the wheat because you can build your settlements quicker, but in this case, that's where everything is, so I'm going to go there.
Place your road.
Oh yeah, I need to place my road too, don't I?
Alright, next I get to place my settlement. Because I'm the last player placing a settlement, I'll also get to place my second settlement. So to start the game, each player places a settlement and a road, and a settlement and a road, and it goes first player, second player, third, fourth, fifth, and then it would go backwards. 5th, 6th, or 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. And because I'm last, I get to do both. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my my first choice, and I'm going to take this spot right there. And then I get to take my second choice, and I'm going to take this spot right here. Go this way.
Alright. I'm going to place this one, and I'm going to go this way.
Okay, now the last settlement that each player places will pay out resources. So I'm going to get a wheat.
No, the other one was your last one.
I'm sorry, I'm going to get a stone and 2 pieces of wood. And my wife is going to get
a piece of wood, a brick, and a wheat.
A piece of wood, a brick, and a wheat, and she'll start the game. And basically, it's a die game. You're going to roll die from now on.
Alright, I got a 6, so I am going to get a stone.
Stone, and I also get a stone, and I get wheat because wheat pays out. So basically, this is the way it works. These areas pay out clay. This will pay out wheat. This pays out stone. This pays out wood,
and this one pays out lamb, and if you roll that number and have a settlement touching it, you get that resource.
Alright, I'm going to build a road.
So every thing in the game has a cost. You can see the cost here on the card. You have roads, settlements, you have cities, and you have development cards. So she paid for a road, and then it's my turn. And I rolled a 5.
I'll get a wheat. And you'll get a stone, a brick.
And I get a brick. And I'm going to go ahead and build a road as well.
No one's on the 12. There's only one 12 and one 2 on the board. And they were the least rolled, so typically a lot of people don't try to build on them.
You building?
I don't have anything to build.
Alright.
8. I get a lamb.
That'd be 9.
Oh, it's a 9. I'm sorry.
Basic edition, honey.
I know.
So
You get a piece of wood.
9s are here and here, and I get a piece of wood. Go ahead. 3.
I get a piece of wood.
5.
I get a wheat.
You get a wheat, and I get a clay, and I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and build a road.
7. Well, I'm going to put this here.
So now that she's rolled a 7, what's going to happen, and these are house rules, plays a little differently in the book, but we like to play the game quickly, and so we change the rules. If you roll a 7, you can choose any 2 resources from the bank, and you can move the robber token to a space of your choice, and when you do that, it stops that area from producing resources. So she stopped me from getting clay now until I roll a 7 to move the robber away.
Alright, and I am going to take a lamb. I am going to take a lamb and a clay, which are going to give me my ability to build another little settlement right there.
So the way settlements are built, they must be at least 2 road lengths away from another settlement, and you need to have a clay, a piece of wood, a wheat, and a lamb in order to build a second settlement. Alright, it's my turn.
8.
An 8, so you get 2 pieces of lamb,
And I get a piece of stone.
you get a stone, and I also get a stone. And it's your turn.
5. So I'm going to get a wheat.
And I would have gotten clay, but my wife is being awful to me on camera. I just want the world to know that.
I don't know.
Any other awful things you want to do before?
No, I can't
No?
do
Okay,
anything
good.
yet.
She can't do awful things yet, but
Not
she's
yet.
going to.
I'm planning.
Yeah.
I have plans.
She's planning.
9.
So 9's going to give me a piece of wood.
Alright.
7, amazing,
Alright.
so helpful.
I'm going to take...
You should move this robber to right there.
No, I like that spot. It's a really pretty spot. Can I have a... Well, you can just leave it there. I'm going to take a piece of wood and a brick, and I'm going to return it back to the bank, and I'm going to build yet another road.
All right. 5. He's in my way.
I get a piece of wheat.
Fine, have your wheat.
Thank you.
Can you roll another 5 for me?
No, I can roll another 6, though, and I'll take a stone.
6 is good. So you're going to get a stone, I'm going to get a stone, and I'm also going to get a piece of wheat.
I'm going to take this time to upgrade a city.
So what she did is she turned in 3 pieces of stone and 2 pieces of wheat and upgraded a current settlement to a city. And what that does is it gives her more points. So the game is scored like this. Each little settlement is 1 point, so 1, 2, and each city is 2 points, 3, 4, giving her 4 points at the moment. All right. A 3.
You get a piece of wood. And a stone.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and also upgrade to a city. And I think I will upgrade this place here.
In hopes that the robber's going to eventually...
In hopes that he's going to move along to more profitable land.
11.
Right there.
You get a piece of wood.
Yay. Building?
I can't build this turn. 7.
7! What'd I tell you? He knew this is a better area to rob. So he's going to take that spot there. And then I get to choose 2 resources from the bank. Once again, that's a house rule. What am I going to choose? I think I'll take 2 pieces of clay, and I'm going to build 2 roads. I'm going to put my precious roads.
Precious roads? They're precious
My
now?
precious roads. Right there. And now I have a road length that's at least 5 spaces long, and I get this. This is called the longest road card, and it gives me 2 points. So I have 2, 4, 6 points at the moment.
You have 5 points.
I have 5 points.
11. You get a piece of wood.
Awesome.
Your turn. Actually, 6.
6.
I get a piece of stone.
I get a... Is it wood? Nope, that's a 9. What am I doing?
I get a stone, and you get a wheat.
You get a stone.
I get 2, actually.
I also get 2 stone for this area. And I get 2 pieces of wheat.
Your roll or mine?
That was my roll.
Gold is 7, so I'm going to move this over here.
Naughty, naughty wife.
I'm going to take a brick and a piece of wood.
Alright. Are you building?
I am going to upgrade another one of my places. I'm going to upgrade this one. And then I'm going to build a road, which is not going to move my road along any longer, but it is going to connect everything. I'm not going to be able to build until I build.
I don't know if we
one more.
explained this, but when you turn a settlement into a city, it gives you 2 resources from the regions that it touches instead of just 1, like a settlement will do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and roll.
5.
5.
So I get a wheat.
You are...
Can I have a wheat, please?
No!
Thank you.
You've stolen every piece of stone.
I'm not trying to.
You are trying to, actually.
Can I have another piece of wheat? Your turn.
Sure. It's awful sometimes. 4.
I get 3 brick, please.
Wow. I feel like the longest road is going away from me at the moment.
I don't have any wood yet.
Good. Let's keep it that way. Your turn.
That wasn't mine.
I'll roll it 4.
7. Alright.
You can move him right there, right?
No, he's going to stay where he is, and I'm going to take 2 pieces of wood. I'm going to... Let's see. I'm going to build 2 roads. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put them.
I'll take those.
Because I can go here and get this wheat port. I can go here and get more wood. 11 has been played a few times. I can go here and it's still... It's just going to have that Y intersection. Or I can go... I can't go here because I won't be able to build here. So I don't want to go that way. I'm thinking I'm going to want to go here and build.
And that's going to give her the longest road now, and she gets the 2 points.
And I'm also going to
4, 6, 7, and 8 points.
And I'm going to build a settlement too. So.
First player to 10 wins, so she's well on her way to winning the second game that we are teaching you guys to play that I'm supposed to win.
I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I don't either. Maybe a robber happened.
Maybe.
Over and over again.
Ooh, 11. I get a piece of wood. You get one too.
I also get a piece of wood. And let's see. Yeah, I can't do anything yet. 6.
I get stone.
See, I get
2 stone,
2 wheat.
actually.
And I get 2 stone. You get 2 stone. And then I'm going to go ahead and build.
That was my roll, wasn't it?
No, I think it was my roll.
Okay. I'll roll. I'm pretty sure it was mine.
Was it? Go ahead and build. I don't remember.
I don't have anything to build, but I just was
Oh.
wanting. You're supposed to roll before you build. So 8.
8.
So I get
a piece of stone.
and I
You get a whole bunch of lamb.
4 lamb and 2 stone.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and build now. There's 3 of those, 2 of those. I'm going to turn this into a city. Then I got a whole bunch of stuff here I can't do anything with. Want to trade?
You don't have anything I want.
That's what I figured you were going to say. So I could turn in some resources to the bank, but I don't think I'm going to. I'll go ahead and pass turn.
Alright. 10. No one's on 10.
Awesome. 7! Yes! Dun 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 dun! The robber moves. I shall take a brick and a lamb, and I shall build a new settlement. Shabam! Alright. Feeling like I'm feeling like I'm doing better now than I was before. I'll go here.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll my die. And I got a 6. So I'm gonna get 2 stone. Alright, so let's see. I am going to trade 4. Yes, it is. 4 lamb and 4 wheat. And I am going to turn in 3 stone and a wheat. And I am going to upgrade one of my cities once again. I'm going to do this one. And that is all I'm going to do right now.
Alright. A 9. So I'm going to get 2 pieces of wood. And no one's on the other side. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go ahead and transform my settlement that I built into a city. And then I'm going to trade in 4... Ugh. Yeah. I'll trade in 4 pieces of wood for a lamb. And then I'm going to buy a settlement card.
Development card?
A development card. And this is what I got. Four.
I get 2, 4, 5 pieces of brick.
5?
2, 4, 5.
Wow. Darth Vader.
Alright, so I'm going to start off by building at least one more road.
I feel like my destruction is nearing.
Oh, why do you feel that way?
I don't know.
Alright, and then I'm going to turn in these 4 pieces for a piece of wood, and I'm going to turn that in with the wood.
For another road?
For another road.
My turn?
Yes. 7.
Sweet, I get to move the robber and take 2 from the bank. So I'm going to move the robber here, and the 2 resources that I'm going to take from the bank are going to be I guess I'll take a lamb and a stone, and I'll buy another development card. And this is the card that I got. We'll talk about that in a minute. Not yet. I'm also going to play the knight card this turn, which allows me to move the robber and steal a resource of my choice from my opponent.
You don't get to look. It's not your choice.
I don't get to look. Which one's the one you need the most?
All of them.
Which one?
All of them.
This is a trick I like to do. I'm looking into her eyes. Is this worrying you? What about this one? Oh, this one's worrying you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm taking that one. Okay, there you go.
Cool, you left me with one of each card. Didn't
Of
worry.
course, there's only 2 cards there.
Guess what? I got the robber.
She got a 7.
I got a 7. I'm gonna move it here.
That's bad. Why would you do that? I would never do that to you.
And I'm going to take a wood and a wheat and turn them in and play a settlement, and I have my 10 points.
And that is game. Alright, so now, the end of the game, we reveal any victory point cards, which is this thing here.
Which, if you hit 10 points with that victory point, you flip it over and end
it ends the game, but I didn't yet. I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 7. So it wasn't going to work. If you ever collect 3 knight cards during a game, you get the largest army card, which is also worth 2 points. But we didn't make it that far. I'll show you what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. And that wouldn't have changed the game for me. She was going to win anyway. So, alright guys, so the game is over. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Roadstead to Homestead. And we'll see you on our next game. Bye!
Hey guys, I want to thank you for watching our game of Catan. And I want to encourage you to continue to watch our Homeschooling with Board Game series. And I'm the loser, so I don't know, maybe we can make a decision on the next game. Hey hun, do you want to play Carsacone?
Honey, loser chooses your choice.
Okay, well, then in the next video, we're going to play the game of Carsacone. And this is a game that I also usually win. But I'm on a losing streak at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Lots of fun. It's a game about landscape, and it has some strategy, some number counting, but it's one of my sort of history games, and also sort of in the mathematic sort of category of games. So check us out on our next video about homeschooling with board games, and we'll show you how to play the game of Carsacone. See you later.